Welcome back to this episode of Therapeutic Mindfulness, the podcast that shows you how to use mindfulness therapeutically to heal inner pain, to be yourself more fully, and to transform your life one mindful breath at a time. In our last session, we reviewed the breath as an essential foundation of therapeutic mindfulness. It's essential in mindfulness in any case, but especially in terms of applying mindfulness therapeutically, because the breath is always available. We talked about the ABCs of breath. The breath is always available in this moment. It's an anchor to bring our awareness more fully into the present moment. So as long as we are alive, we are breathing, and at any moment, we can use this breath that's always available to help us connect more fully with this moment. The breath also serves as a bridge. The B of the ABCs of breath is the bridge between mind and body. So simply by paying attention to our breath, we help our mind to come out of this busy headspace where we're often just kind of racing from thought to thought, thinking about the future, worrying about the future, ruminating about the past, or thinking about something that's happening or happened, or just judging ourselves in this moment, or caught up in that negative self-talk that plagues many of us who struggle with depression or anxiety. So simply by following the breath, by using the mind to come into the breath, we help give ourselves a tool to come out of that busy mind and to be more fully connected in this embodied experience of breath. And as we reviewed in the last session, more and more research studies show that it's very healthy for us to have this more unified, embodied experience of mind and body occupying the same place at the same time. So it's healthy for us in our mental health, in our emotional health, and our physical health to be more fully grounded in our bodies. Okay, so the breath is a great bridge. And finally, the breath, the C of the breath, is that sense of centering us or calming our nervous system. So oftentimes, especially our frenetic culture, has a way of chronically activating our stress response, our kind of internal fight-flight stress response. And that can happen because of all kinds of stressors we may experience in our lives, or simply by virtue of always being connected to these devices. Ironically speaking, the more connected we are to our devices, the more time we spend disconnected from what's actually happening around us in this moment. So as we say, when we're in phone world, we're connected in phone world, but we're more disconnected from the present moment and from our own bodies, our own breath. So simply our culture kind of brings about this more chronically activated fight-flight stress response. And that chronic activation of the stress response can lead to burnout. It can lead to negative impacts on our physical health, certainly on our mental and emotional health. So we practice ways to bring ourselves out of that stress response by centering ourselves in the breath. So simply by bringing awareness into our breath, especially when we bring awareness into that deeper belly breath, we begin to send the signal to the nervous system to come down out of the stress response. Okay? So those are different reasons why the breath is so valuable. In today's session, we're going to briefly review the 5 senses as additional doors into present moment awareness. So Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn, this mindfulness guru responsible for really vitalizing in large part the mindfulness movement in America, along with others certainly, but he talked about the breath as being one door into present moment awareness. And it's a really valuable door, but it's not the only door. Each of our senses represents another door by which we can come into awareness of this moment more fully. So when we are attuned to the sounds that are happening in this moment, We can be more fully grounded in awareness of this moment, or when we are attuned to what we're seeing, when we use our sense of sight to really anchor us in this moment. It's another door into present moment awareness. And as Dr. Kabat-Zinn would say, it's not the door that's so important. It's not the means by which we approach this present moment awareness. It's the awarenessing itself that's important. So it's not the content that we are paying attention to. It's not the particular anchor or the door, but it's the awarenessing itself. So these 5 senses give us alternate ways and very rich ways of grounding ourselves into awareness of the present moment. The 5 senses are also really helpful because, again, they ground us out of the mind into the body. We are experiencing the world in a more rich and body-centered way when we are paying attention to what we hear, or paying attention to what we see, or that when we are awake to our sense of touch. Okay, so each of these senses helps to ground us out of that busy mind into a more body-centered experience of this moment, which again is very healthifying, if that's not a word at all, but we're just going to use it in that moment. Healthifying and happifying. Healthifying and happifying. Okay, we're coining words in this podcast too. So that is helpful. And the other reason, which is quite interesting, why the 5 senses are especially useful is they create more, first of all, richer ways of experiencing this moment. When we are more awake to the present moment through these different senses, we create more neural hooks to really kind of internalize what is happening in this moment. And that has a really interesting impact on the brain. So the way that the brain works, or the way memories get formed, the more neural hooks we have, so the more senses that we are attuned to in this moment, the stronger the imprint of that experience will be in the brain. So we can use this to our advantage, especially for positive experiences or for calming experiences like spending time in meditation. The more that we can practice opening up through all of our senses, we are creating more neural hooks for that experience, and we are thereby able to change our neural wiring to kind of create in a more entrenched way these positive and calm experiences. So it's really creating this internal resilience resource, the more that we can open up through all of our senses to be experiencing mindfulness one moment at a time. We create more pathways in our brain to have that experience of calm, of centeredness. So that's why these 5 senses are valuable as mindfulness anchors, as doors into present moment awareness. And the richness of the senses also helps us to experience our life in all of its richness, to give us the possibility of enjoying our lives more. When we are preoccupied, when we are kind of present in the moment but not really present, we don't have the capacity to experience the moment in all of its richness, and we rob ourselves of the joy that we might have by opening more fully to the present moment. So this just gives us more practice in how to wake up more fully into this moment. So let's go ahead and practice. The value of mindfulness is the experiential practice. One mindful breath at a time, we develop this inner resilience resource. So let's go ahead and practice. Let's find a comfortable position for yourself. So you might choose to sit and just kind of sit with a sense of groundedness, letting your hands rest on your lap or on your knees, letting your eyes gently close. You might choose to lie down, or you might be listening to this as you're standing or walking or even driving, in which case I would highly suggest keeping your eyes open. So let's go ahead and begin to, however you are coming into this practice, sitting, standing, lying down, even washing the dishes after dinner. Go ahead and bring your awareness into the breath that's happening in this moment. So just beginning to collect and gather your awareness through the breath that's happening in this moment. So that when you're breathing in, just practice knowing, I'm breathing in. When you're breathing out, just practice knowing, I'm breathing out. Or perhaps just being attuned to the sensations of inhale and exhale. And then beginning to expand your awareness to include the sounds that are happening around you in this moment. You might begin with the sounds that are happening closest into you. Maybe subtly attuning to the sounds of your own breath, rising, falling, inhaling, and exhaling. Or I'm hearing in this moment the hum of my laptop, the fan, the birdsong outside my window. There was a storm that just passed through about an hour ago, and the birds were really chirping after that. But in this moment, I hear one bird chirping. Or as far as the ear can hear, maybe the distant hum of traffic. Whatever is present in your environment, doesn't matter so much what it is that you're hearing. It's the hearing itself. It's the awarenessing itself that's important. And also tuning into each moment being entirely new and different. So each moment offers a new, rich array of sounds, continually flowing and changing, whether it be the sound of my voice, rising, falling, and passing away. Or the outside sounds. And practice tuning into sounds not with a lot of meaning, just kind of as raw data, just really hearing the flow of sounds and how it's continually changing. Just as the breath itself is continually changing and flowing, it's never static. Then practice bringing your awareness into your sense of touch in this moment. You might check in with the sensations of sitting here on a chair, or lying down on the floor, or just noticing where your body is making contact with the chair or the floor. How you're being supported in this moment by the chair or the floor. Or that sense of gravity grounding your feet. Or perhaps becoming aware of the touch of clothes on your skin. Or even the subtleties of air on your skin. Or if you're outside, it's easier and really a rich experience to feel the breeze playing on your skin, playing through your hair, just ruffling your hair, or the interplay of light and shadow, sunshine, shade. You might bring your awareness into sensations within your hands, your palms, your fingertips. Just really bringing all of your awareness into your hands and noticing any sensations that are present there. Maybe sensations of tingling or warmth or heaviness. Just noticing where your hands are making contact with your body or resting on your lap or your knees. The hands are a really wonderful way of waking up into this moment in the body because they have so many nerve endings. So it's easier to bring your awareness into your hands and really connect with this sense of aliveness that's present in this moment in your body. Notice how the sensations are continually changing. Mindfulness is also about developing more and more subtle attention to what's happening so you can really absorb the richness of each moment. All right, and then bringing your awareness into your sense of smell. Even if there are no strong smells present in your environment, again, the subtlety of attention can be so valuable to practice. So just feeling the sensations of the breath moving in and out through the nostrils and tuning into whatever subtle smells may be coming into your awareness through that breath. Perhaps there's a scented candle in your environment or some lovely aromatherapy or some perfume that you enjoy, or some soap. Or it could be a smell like getting caught behind a garbage truck and a big whiff of garbage comes your way. Again, what's important is not so much the particular content that you're paying attention to, not the particular door by which you approach awareness, but it's the awarenessing itself. So we're not even judging good or bad, and that's something we'll talk about more in future episodes. But either the garbage smell or the scented candle serves the same purpose of helping to anchor you more fully in the richness of this moment through your senses. Or you might tune into your sense of taste. Again, more easily done perhaps when you're enjoying your favorite meal, really savoring it, really awakening your sense of taste. But even now, you might tune into just the feelings present within your mouth. So the sensation of your tongue, where it's touching the roof of your mouth or your teeth. Maybe the breath moving in and out through the mouth, or the saliva that's present. And finally, bringing your awareness into the sense of sight. So even before opening your eyes, if you have your eyes closed, try an experiment of gently bringing your hand in front of your closed eyelids and then moving the hand sort of slowly up and down out of the line of your vision, in and out. And just noticing the gentle interplay of light and dark. Again, the subtleties of attention. And now taking one more conscious breath in, breathing in, just knowing that you're breathing in. Breathing out, knowing that you're breathing out. And then fluttering open the eyes and really taking in this visual field that's present in this moment. Just really taking in your surroundings, seeing all the colors that are present, maybe the shapes, or the play of light and dark. Almost as though you're seeing your surroundings with what's called beginner's eye. Again, this concept of starting anew in each moment is really valuable in mindfulness, and there's lots of therapeutic value in it as well. We'll continue to explore. The beginner's eye concept is that you're really seeing each moment with fresh eyes. So even when you open your eyes, really practice seeing as though you're seeing for the first time. Again, it helps to bring you out of the mind, to more fully anchor you in this moment. If you can practice seeing as though you're seeing like a baby opening their eyes for the first time. So thank you for tuning in to another episode of Therapeutic Mindfulness. In our next session, we will talk about the two wings of mindfulness: awareness and acceptance or compassion, non-judging, equally important. I look forward to connecting with you then. Until then, take it one mindful breath at a time, each time developing that mindful muscle, that inner resilience resource. Be well. I'll look forward to connecting in our next session.